Hey yo squad, welcome back to another week of reading. Just two of your amigos here hanging out. We're gonna work on some inferences and characterizations together. I have both my Google form, which you'll be filling in up here, and also the notes that we'll be taking here. Follow along as I fill in both. We're talking about inferences and characterizations today. Inferences and how we make a good inference is we use text evidence, plus prior knowledge, or plus what we know, making a great inference. Inferences can be used to describe a character's traits, to describe a character's feelings, and also to describe their motivations. We normally have three different ways that we describe a character and describe them indirectly: through what the character says, what the character does, and what the character thinks. When we talk about what the character says, I make those quotation marks because they're normally in dialogue. The author is giving us the words of the character. Here's an example. "I'm afraid, but I'll do it anyway," said Durrell. Notice this is something that Durrell is saying, but more importantly, we have a quotation mark here and a quotation mark here, showing us this is something that Durrell says. When we talk about what a character does, that's when the author reveals the character's actions. Here's an example. Turnell was sleepy, but he sat all the way up in his seat, still trying his best on his work. Right? That's something that Turnell does, and we can describe Turnell because of that thing that he does. The last one is what a character thinks. That's when the author reveals what the character is thinking. The big key in this example is Ethan saw a really hard problem on his page. I better show my work. He thought. That big key is that word thought, telling us that he's thinking this in his head. When we look at our Google form, we see that one question here asks us what makes an inference. Well, looking at our notes, we see that text evidence plus prior knowledge is what makes a good inference. So then I can click next so that I'm ready to read the text with my team.